Welcome everyone to the Durham College Athletic Center in Oshawa for Durham Lords basketball here on Rogers TV. Good evening everybody, I'm Andy McNamara as we get set for an old school OCAA East rivalry. The Durham Lords taking on the Seneca Sting in men's basketball action. We'll have a quick look at the standings here. Not a whole lot of room separates the top teams. You see the Lords tied with Fleming for second and Seneca squeaking their way up in the fourth spot. And don't forget about Centennial, who actually took out Seneca a couple nights ago. Algonquin ranked number 1 in the nation. Durham Lords are 8th in all of Canada. Going to some of the X factors for tonight's game. These two teams know each other very well. The Seneca Sting, their keys are going to be to have to start up Jermaine Lightbody. The big man leads the Sting in rebounds and steals, along with being 3rd in team scoring at 13.33 a game and foul trouble. If they can get the Durham Lords into foul trouble, they can start going nuts with lead scorer Vadim Halimov. If he gets to the charity stripe, he's hitting 93%. The Lords now, they have to look at keeping going their two top big men, Smith and Small, the dynamic duo. These two guys combined for 41.33 points per game for the Durham Lords. Second half collapses, another point. Durham off to a lightning start. You'll see it here today. Second half, they come out of the gate slow. If Seneca can bounce back and get out of the second half with a lead, they can sting these Durham Lords. And Tyler McGarity, of course, he is Durham's big man, and they lead. He leads the team in rebounds and can hit the 3-bomb as well. So what we'll do is step aside and come back. The opening tip-off just a few minutes away. Lords versus Sting on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the Canlan Ice Sports Center here in Etobicoke for the Toronto Marlboros Holiday Classic. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy holidays, everybody. Andy McNamara along with Joe Pogue. We're through 2 periods of play, all tied up at 1. And Joe, the story of this game has been Grayson Templeman for the London Junior Knights.
Well, the fact of the matter is that the London Junior Knights, they were just far too slow in the first period coming out. They did not seem interested in the first 12 minutes. Grayson Templeman really stepped up and gave his team a chance to come back into this game. They actually scored first because of the fact that their goaltending was so strong, but Mississauga keeps persevering. They've been on a lot more tonight than the London Junior Knights. They've had a few breakdowns in their own end, and that's what led to the first goal. But overall, a much better second period. Two teams really starting to battling it out now, and for the last 15 minutes, I think it should be an entertaining finish.
Well, Joe, you have to wonder, how many times can London tempt fate? Giving up penalty after penalty, they've kept killing them off, but at what point does your penalty-killing team get worn down? And
Welcome to the Durham College Athletic Center in Oshawa for women's volleyball action here on Rogers TV. The OCAA East standings are heating up. Cambrian Golden Shield versus the Durham Lords. The Lords have their hands full this afternoon as Cambrian has only lost 1 set in their past 5 matches, if you can believe it. You see the standings right there. 8-1 overall for the Golden Shield. The Lords creeping back up, though. A sweep of Boreal yesterday, 4-3. So very much in the hunt as the first half of the season wears down. Let's take a quick peek at the X factors of today's game for Cambrian. They're going to be relying heavily on Jillian Schell, the service specialist, the silent killer. 35 service aces on the year, leads both teams. If she can get on a roll, could be a short afternoon for the Lords. Now Durham, they're going to counter with the consistent powerhouse Allison Doris. Of course, this younger sister of former Lords volleyball all-star Mandy. She is a factor in services, kills, spikes, blocks on defense. Cambrian Golden Shield will have to try to shut her down to have a chance at taking care of the Lords. So we'll step aside quickly and be back with the opening serve. You're watching OCAA Volleyball on Rogers TV.
a nice pass from Mark Bennett saw Mark McGowan score the winner with the Oakville Blades taking Game 1 4-3. Game 2 had Newmarket storm back to shock Oakville 4-1, and that's thanks in large part to the stellar goaltending of Jimmy Sargent. Welcome to the Joshua's Creek Arenas in Oakville for game number 3 between the Oakville Blades and the Newmarket Hurricanes. Hello everyone, I am Andy McNamara, and the road to the Buckland Cup goes through the OJAHL champion Oakville Blades. Now Oakville will be looking to draw on the energy of this packed home crowd, as well as needing top scorers Ryan Murphy and Kellen Lane to break through the Hurricanes' pesky neutral zone trap. Thanks, Al. My guest now is number 44, Braden Birch of the Oakville Blades. Braden, this is your first game back from injury. Tell us a little bit about your injury and what you did to rehab.
Well, I got a lower body injury against this team about 4 weeks ago now, and it's my first week skating. Feels all right to play. For rehab, we have a good team of doctors here, and I was with them pretty much every day since I got injured, doing lots of plyometrics, and for the most part doing a lot of micro and macro stim. So it's come a long way. I've been at it a lot, so I'm just thankful to be back in the lineup.
For sure. And what are your thoughts on the departure of your teammate Julian Chima-Demore?
Well, obviously Chima's a big hole to fill for our team, but you know what? He had to make a decision for his own career, and no one holds that against him. We're gonna miss him, but I mean, we've got tons of skilled guys. I mean, anyone can step up any night, so we can fill the hole.
Now, Braden, you scored a goal back in the first period. How do you feel yourself being the first game back from injury and the team overall is playing tonight?
Well, I mean, I'm a little rusty. Like I said, it's the first week I've practiced. I was just happy to get a goal, happy to get a couple shots on net. I missed one already the very first couple plays. So I'm happy. I mean, I'm not going to be where I usually am, but I'm happy with my play, and the team playing great. I mean, they scored a couple really early, and we bounced back. So hopefully we can finish this game with a win.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Good luck the rest of the game.
All right, thank you.
That was Braden Birch of the Oakville Blades. After 2, it is Oakville leading Bond 4-3.
Back we are at the Durham College Athletic Center. Andy McNamara alongside Carlin Gay and Clinton David. The Durham Lords with a dominating 92-74 victory over the Seneca Sting. But guys, it didn't start out that way. Seneca made a go of it early on.
Yeah, Seneca made a go out of it, and there was a lot of great action. You saw an attempt with a really light bench to try to thwart some of the advances from this Durham Lords team, but the jaws started dropping, guys started getting tired and sloppy.
Yeah, without question, they did definitely get sloppy, and the Lords took advantage of that. Defense won this game, even though they put up 92 points.
Well, 2 of the X factors that Seneca Sting could not stop, the 2 big ones, they contained Tyler McGarity, which was important for the most part, but the second half collapsed when it started for the Durham Lords. Seneca could not take advantage.
Yeah, this Lords team is like a Swiss Army knife. You can stop one thing and they come out with another. You stop Smith, you got to deal with McGarity. You stop McGarity, you got to deal with Small. There's a whole bunch of weapons on this team. They come off the bench with Dave Park and everyone else, the 50-man crew that you mentioned.
That's right.
That they do have remaining.
But they
on the
had
bench.
40 guys back there. I think the union's calling you because you don't have your card on you. Thankfully, me and the other dark fella do. The long story, the end of it is the team with a light bench, a couple of key guys out, and then near the end, their star guy goes down with an injury.
Yep.
That's right, with the knees. But the story for the Durham Lords, and the main factor, the way this game turned out the way it was, is Eric Smith and Courtney Small stepping it up. Let's take a look at some of the many, many highlights.
Goalies took center stage in the last round of GTHL games. Save after save left shooters frustrated, and players let those frustrations out on each other. And in the end, it was the team star who shone bright and made their mark. Find out what the GTHL has in store for us today.
It's the Mississauga Rebels.
And the North York Rangers.
Next on Rogers TV.
Welcome to the North Toronto Arena. I'm Andy McNamara alongside Peter Curtis as we get set for the Mississauga Rebels to take on the North York Rangers. Peter, a couple of real speedy teams we have here. Who do you like heading into it?
Both teams are looking to play an up-tempo game this year. There's not a lot of hype about either one, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out tonight early in the season and make their mark as an up-tempo team.
Well, let's take a look first at the Mississauga Rebels and one of their star defensemen, the hard-shooting Patrick Wojcinski.
Well, number 4, you're going to be looking for him to activate, get involved in the rushes. He's very solid on defense, but he loves to get in there, and he's not going to be the only Rebels defenseman leading the rush in there. Look for him to cheat in every now and then and create an offensive opportunity.
Well, the North York Rangers are going to counter with their captain, Nicholas Geiser.
And right now, we're going to send things down to the other end of the rink. Here's Andy McNamara.
My guest now is number 18 of the Oakville Blades, Adam Sims. Adam, great first period, but goaltender Matt Hache definitely bailed the team out on more than one occasion. Talk about what his play has meant to the squad this year.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, Matt has been up in the O there for a couple of years in the past, and he just brings a lot of that veteran skill and experience to the team, and he's definitely putting up some big saves out there. Means a lot to the team, and definitely will be a big part of us going a long way this year again.
Now, Oakville once again sits atop of the McKinnon division. How does this year's team compare to last year's squad?
You know, we got a lot of guys coming back, so therefore, you know, more experience as well. We got a couple of rookies as well along for the ride, so, you know, we just vets do their part, pass on, you know, some of the things that we had positive going last year, and just hope to build on that and just keep going this year for it. So that's about it.
Excellent. And finally, heading into the second period, the Blades up 3-0. What does the team have to do to keep going strong the rest of the way?
You know, we got to get the puck to the net. Coach has been focusing on us a lot this year of going to the net, being strong in front, bearing down. Obviously, the shots are tied, which is first for us. Usually we're up on the shots, so got to get that puck to the net, get bodies in front, and, you know, hopefully the puck will start going our way some more.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Adam. Good luck the rest of the game.
Well, thank you.
That was number 18 of the Oakville Blades, Adam Sims, as Oakville leads it 3-0 over Bowmanville going into the second period. You're watching the OJHL tonight on TV.
Here's Andy McNamara.
Welcome back. My guest is the newly arrived Oakville Blade, number 2, Alex Abramov. Alex, welcome to Oakville, and how do you feel about being traded to the Blades?
Oh, I absolutely love it. I mean, this is possibly the best place I could have asked for to come. I mean, it's such a great environment, great team, and from the team that I came from, I mean, they really have a chance of going somewhere this year, and I'm glad to be here.
Definitely. And how do you feel about, one, playing with this team? What are your thoughts, and what are some of the differences between your last squad and Oakville?
Well, I'm extremely happy and proud to be part of this organization, first of all, and the biggest difference between here and my other team is it's a lot of bigger, stronger team. I mean, the guys are unbelievably skilled. You could see from the very first time I saw them on the ice, I was just blown away at how good they are. So, I mean, the skill level is a lot better here, and I'm very impressed with it so far.
Great. And finally, what are your thoughts on your play and the teams as a whole during this first period?
First period wasn't too bad. I mean, I had a couple sloppy plays here and there, but, you know, it's my first game back, so I'm just trying to keep it simple, keep it safe, not cause too many mistakes. So far, doing pretty good. I mean, it's tied 2-2, and I'm sure we'll, in the second period, take off and score a few here. I know they're good at doing that.
Absolutely. Well, Alex, thank you so much, and good luck the rest of the game.
Thanks a lot.
That was the newest Oakville Blade, number 2, Alex Abramov, as we're all tied up at the end of one, 2-2, Oakville and Vaughan. You are watching the OJHL tonight. Welcome to the Joshua's Creek Arenas in Oakville, where it will be the Vaughan Vipers taking on the Oakville Blades. Happy holidays, everyone. I am Andy McNamara, and the big story surrounding the Blades this week is the departure of Julian Chima-Demore to the OHL's Kitchener Rangers. It will be interesting to see if this will serve as a distraction, and if it does, this could be a golden opportunity for the Vipers to pull off an upset. Now, on the good news side, Oakville is riding a 7-game win streak, and their top scorers are still performing, especially Luke Moody and his 49 points. As well, if Oakville can pull off a victory over Vaughan, that would catapult them back into first place ahead of Georgetown. Well, that's all I have to say. For more on tonight's action, let's send it upstairs to Al Galway and Jim Hambrook.